Hello, Internet. Daniel with Driving and Dragons. Today, I'm going to take a look at a positive player profile. This is a guy you want at your table. See you on the other side. So, continuing to add some player profiles, I'm going to go ahead and balance things out with a positive player profile, somebody you want at your table. And this person is what I'm going to call the professional. Now, the professional, there is some negative to the professional, just like there is to anything else. But the professional is the player who always seems to play the same thing. They don't branch out. They are always going to play a rogue type character. Maybe they are an assassin or some kind of magical rogue. Maybe they're the scoundrel smuggler, space smuggler. Maybe they go from being a cat burglar to being a street thug. But at the end of the day, they are always the lock-picking, thieving, trap disarming specialist. They always play that type of role. Now, this player, a lot of people look at him and say, man, this guy's going to run the same thing every time. He's going to run a similar character every time. He never branches out. He never does anything special. He never does anything that is exciting or new, and he never lets anybody else play that role. And that's the negative view that people might try to take of it when they put too much thought into it and try to be too cynical. Because the professional is actually somebody that's really good for you to have as a game master at your table for numerous reasons. One is because you've got somebody who's going to fill that particular role. And if you have newer players or things of that nature, you can skew things to allow that particular role to not necessarily shine, but always be there to bail people out. And if you do that, that means that your person who is a 100% top level at whatever that role is can step up and make things happen to kind of bail the party out without having to bail the party out. Another thing that having the professional there is, it's one less person you have to worry about. They understand how their character works, what their role is, and what they're supposed to do. That can constantly be a problem in groups where everybody's trying to play something squirrely and crazy that they don't understand. This is the guy who's not going to forget that ability he has, who's not going to forget that he's got some item, some way of doing things that can bail the party out, who isn't going to have a bunch of trouble dealing with his new abilities or what comes up on the at the next level or the next level up. He's going to be the one who's constantly prepared and can really help assist you. He's also the one who can really help become that co-game master, that assistant GM, to help with maybe the social aspects of the table and the different things that are going on, keeping people on task, because he knows his character well enough, or at least he knows his role well enough, that at the end of the day, he doesn't have to worry about trying to scrum through the spell book to find what spells he's going to use, or flip through the player's handbook to figure out exactly how his abilities work, or to think about things. He knows. He knows because it's the same character he's played time and time and time and time again. Even if you have the professional in your group, let's just say, for instance, you have somebody who always plays a wizard or some kind of arcane spellcaster, it doesn't mean that another player can't play in that role. All it means is that they're going to have a mentor character built in, somebody who can assist them, and as a game master, they can also assist you with that player's abilities. There's a built-in consult for how this spell works, or how it reads, or how it's been ruled on in the past. So having the professional at your table can be a massive benefit, and it's really a good player type. That guy who's always a fighter, that guy who's always a rogue, who's always a scoundrel, who's always a pilot, is in a lot of ways a blessing. It's one less thing you have to worry about, and a lot of times it's a built-in co-game master that can help you run the table without having to beat your head against the wall, because these people over here are having an argument. This person over here is off task and not paying attention. Meanwhile, this person over here is begging you to tell them how their character works. You're having a discussion because this person over here has never played a cleric before, and you're having to go through the mechanics of how turning undead works. Because they're new, and that's part of what you do as a game master. You're having to help shore them up on their understanding or misunderstanding of how something works. Meanwhile, the lunatics are running the asylum behind your back. When you got that one player who really already knows everything they need to know about their character, they can help you as the game master. They can help you shore some of that stuff up while you're helping that other player. And they're one less set of resources that you have to dedicate your own time, effort, and energy to, so you can focus on running a table, telling a story, and providing a good time for everybody at the table. That kind of backup is invaluable, and that kind of additional resource of knowledge is equally useful, because you as a game master need to have a working knowledge of all the different classes or archetypes or whatnot that are at your table, but you're never going to have the same level of knowledge as that guy who plays nothing but that. So, bam, right there. That's a big boon and a big benefit to you as a game master, having that professional at your table. So, that's what I got today. The professional, that guy who's always the same kind of character of some flavor or another. He's one of those ones that you want to look for, and when you got him at your table, recognize that his benefits far outweigh any perceived drawbacks. See you next time.